Good afternoon, everyone. May I have your attention and silence? Good afternoon. As His Holiness is preparing the empowerment, please remain quiet and seated. Particularly if you have young ones, make sure they remain quiet as much as it is required, so that we have the silence, stillness, and sincerity and serene attention throughout this empowerment. While the souls doing the preparation, we will be chanting the praises to 21 paras. So you should have a copy of that. Praises to 21 paras are presented bilingually, so they will be recited alternately. Maybe one sing Tibetan and English. So you're here to receive the Long Life Dharani, combined Hri 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 Empowerment. Before doing so, I would like to give a short introduction to His Holiness 43rd Sakya Trizin Gyalpo, from whose presence you are going to receive this blessed empowerment. I know everyone has been looking forward to being here, so we have specifically time to conduct this empowerment on Sunday so that everybody can attend. I'm glad we have a full house. And those of you who couldn't get in here due to seat being occupied, there are seats in the dining area, and please go and sit there, so there's no point crowding in here. We have a legal requirement to leave the aisles free so that people can, the ritual assistant can walk in, and staff can also go in and out, so please respect that. This is a requirement. We have huge requirement of public buildings, how many people and what can you do and can't do, and leaving the access, like the door, so you can see the exit door mark behind you, as well as on left, just in case there's any emergency. And your toilets are, once you go out, in the left. But duration of the empowerment is a bit less than 2 hours, so hope you can retain and being able to sit still. His Holiness 43rd Sakya Trizin Gyalpo was born in Tibetan, and he's 46 years old, and he assumed the role as the head of the Sakya lineage about a bit over 4 years ago from his elder brother Gyalpo Rinpoche, who's 42nd, and then his Holy Father, His Holiness Sakya Trichen, 41st. The lineage of the Sakya Trizin goes back as early as 1073. And so the Sakya family, starting with Thangtong Gyalpo, down through Sakya Gyalpo, Lopen Sonam Tsemo, Jitsun Trapa Gyaltsen, Sakya Pandita Kungga Gyaltsen, and Drogön Papa, known as the 5 founding masters, are great holy uncles of their holiness. So to have such a living lineage that has kept the Buddha Dharma in Tibet, not only the Skon family became one of the first Tibetan to be ordained as a Buddhist monastic, but it became the only Tibetan family lineage that has held the lineage of these precious practices ever since till now. So His Holiness is the current head of that lineage. His Holiness was educated under the watchful eyes of His Holiness 41st, His Holy Father, under the direction of senior tutors in the study of rituals, of particularly Vajrakalaya training at Sakya Center. At the age of 14, His Holiness graduated and became a Vajra master in the Vajrakalaya. And then following that, His Holiness studied at Sakya College with the late Khenche Mi'kmaq Tsering. And so after having graduated, His Holiness has assumed a number of Vajra master's role and has taught Lamdre, and then of course he founded Sakya Academy, a very special school in Dehradun. You may know that Dehradun is a very famous Indian town for very good boarding schools. And the newest, one of the newest, and especially Buddhist academy are very few. So one that His Holiness founded is called Sakya Academy, where he's been training lots of young students from early 7 years old all the way to the mid-20s. So His Holiness completely organizes, finances, directs, as an educationist and a humanitarian and a great advocate of wisdom and compassion together. His Holiness runs many projects, humanitarian, to promote not just Buddhist philosophy in school, but how to be a good person with or without being, without necessarily being a Buddhist or without necessarily becoming a monk. But he says main thing is we should become a good human being. So His Holiness has really dynamically made himself as a 21st century leader. And it is very auspicious that we could host his visit during this particular year, when the 90th birth year of His Holiness Dalai Lama, which we are all celebrating throughout the world. And particularly we're celebrating it as a year of compassion. So your ability to receive this empowerment with His Holiness, of course, is very warranted. I'm sure you have you don't know your expiry date, do you? If you know you can renew it, you wouldn't mind, you know. So receiving long life empowerment is like renewing your license to live in this precious human body. Do you know what is that time that you may have to leave? But due to karma, merit, and lifespan, if all three things are not exhausted, you can live long. But receiving empowerment from blessed lineages can increase your merit, just in case it's a little bit lower side. So therefore you should feel very fortunate to be here and tune your mind in a very right attitude and pure perception and attentiveness, and think and include all other people in your lives, many of whose lives are cut short by violence, by war, by natural disasters, by terrible, incurable, terminal illnesses. So you are more fortunate who maybe are free of those illnesses. But even you are, by receiving this empowerment, you can purify those stains of karma and enliven and add a new kind of extension of your lifespan by receiving this empowerment in the best possible thought, prayer, and attention. So that's why we need the stillness and quietness. But of course here we will do that to assist that. We will chant the praises to 21 Taras, who is the manifestation of Buddha activity. So when at the end of the empowerment, rather the very beginning of the empowerment, some of you may knew that there will be a mandala offering. So there's a designated number of people who have already requested to put the mandala offering at the beginning, and then at the end also there's a designated number of people to the mandala offering. At the end, with this long life empowerment being, you can go approach and have your head down, bless from His Holiness, receive number of items to sip and to taste and to wear. So what you sip is the long life nectar, what you taste is the long life pill, and what you wear is long life knot. So these three items will be given to you. So make sure that you all come in a queue, and then you will be given all of that. You have opportunity to make offerings to Kata and whatever offerings you have to His Holiness when you come up. And there are prayer texts that you are given to. The one is the prayers to 21 Thara, another is prayers that we'll be saying during the empowerment, another prayers we will be saying at the end of the empowerment, which is a long life prayers. So here we'll ask Matthew to lead us in the prayers to 21 Thara chanting to start with. And so with that, I leave you to.
I think we'll do it in Tibetan once.
Thank you, Matthew.
In Tibetan and English? Yeah. Om Jitsu Ma Pama Joma La Jatsa Lo Jatsa Joma Nyuma Pamo Jeni Kechi Lo Dan Drama Jite Zangan Jagi Gesa Jewa Le Ni Juma Jasa Dungi Dawa Kundu Kawa Gyani Tsepe Jama Kama Donja Zopa Namgi Rabdu Jewe Rabarma Chaza Zunga Chune Keki Peme Chagni Namba Gema Jimpa Zanju Katub Jiwa Zopa Samten Choyo Nima Chaza Deshin Shepe Zoto Taye Nambar Gyawa Jama Malu Baro Jimpa Dobe Gawe Zeki Shintu Dema Chaza Du Tara Om Yige Doda Joda Nam Gagama Dendum Bojab Ginende Lupa Meba Kupa Numa Chaza Gyaji Mela Zangba Lungla Nazo Wanja Jama Jumbo Roland Drizanam Dan No Jinzo Yidu Nedama Chaza Jeje Jandam Begi Paro Jogo Rabdu Joma Yegam Yungan Jab Ginende Mepa Drukpa Shindu Barma Chaza Dure Jikpa Jembo Dugi Pawo Nambar Joma Chuge Shani Jonya Denze Drawo Damje Maluzoma Chaza Gunjon Zumzon Jaye Somo Duga Nambar Gema Malu Jogi Kolo Gembe Rangi Yogi Zonam Juma Chaza Raduga Wajibe Ruge Nugi Jengwa Bema Sheparab Jetu Dara Ye Dudanji Den Wanda Zema Chaza Zaji Kyongwe Zonam Damje Gupa Nuba Nima Chanya Yawe Ige Homgi Pomba Damje Namba Joma Nawe Dumbe Yen Gempa Damje Shindu Parma Rabe Jone Pagmele Taba Shindu Rabzema Chaza Gaba Dame Meta Bawe Jengwe Nanema Yegan Yangam Gunne Korge Draye Pungni Nambar Joma Chaza Zajingo La Chagi Tegi Nunji Shabgi Duma Chanya Jenze Ige Hungi Rimba Dumbo Namni Gema Chaza Dema Gema Jima Nyanen Deji Jaya Nima Swaha Om Danyan Da Dembe Dimba Jembo Jomba Nima Chaza Gune Koram Gawe Draye Luni Rabdu Gema Yige Jube Nagni Kope Rikba Le Jol Manima Chaza Dure Shamni Dabe Hungi Nabe Sabanima Rira Mandara Dambe Je Jidan Sunam Yavanima Chaza La Yizoye Nambe Rida Tajen Jagna Nama Tara Nija Begi Ige Dugnama Lipani Zama Chaza La Yizognam Gyalpo La Dami Amchi Tema Kone Goja Gawa Jigi Zodami Lam Yemba Zama Chaza Nima Dawa Gebe Jeni Bora Orab Zama Hara Nijo Dudara Yi Shindu Dragboirim Nezama Chaza Deni Zumnam Gobe Jiwe Duda Yada Dema Tunda rola no jinzo la jomba dure na chanima. Zawina ke tu ba de na jazawa ni ni shi zai jin. Om to Reverend Aryatara I pay homage to Tara swift and brave, with eyes like a flash of lightning. From lotus face of three worlds, Lord, you arose from the blooming heart. Homage to you whose face appears like 100 full autumn months. By 1,000 stars all gathered, you shine with supreme radiance. Homage to you whose hand is graced with water bongo blue lotus, giving effort, endurance, peace, sphere of calm, patience, and focus. Homage to you, crown of Buddhas, who enacts limitless triumphs. Those who've obtained all perfections, as of victors rely on you. Homage to you, to Tarahun, filling desire, direction, space, whose feet trample the seven worlds with power to summon all beings. Homage to you, praised by Chakra, Agni, Brahma, Vayu, Shiva. Demons, zombies, Gandharvas, to Yaksha hosts bow down before you. Homage to you with dread and bed, you crouch others' magic designs. Right leg bent, left outstretched, pressing, blazing amid raging grave flames. Homage to the fearsome today, you subdue bravest of martyrs. Lotus waist bearing wrathful frown, you slay every foe completely. Homage to you whose fingers grace your heart with the three jewels mudra, with chakra of all directions, whirling in a mass of light rays. Homage to you truly joyful, with crowns spreading garlands of light. Laughing fully with Tutada, you control the world and matter. Homage to you who can summon all assembled earthly guardians. With crown of wrath and moving home, you free all those in poverty. Homage to you, crescent moon crown, all of your adornments blazing. Amitabha in your top knot, radiating boundless bright light. Homage to you, dwelling within, blazing garland like ages. Right leg outstretched, left leg drawn in, with joy you quell armies of foes. Homage to you who strikes the earth with pouting palms and feet stamping. Your wrathful frown and letter horn cause heaven levels to scatter. Homage to blissful, wholesome calm, she who is spear of nirvana. With perfected almond swaha, you destroy your great harmful deeds. Homage to you, circled with joy, you shatter bodies of all foes. Speech said with 10-letter mantra, you liberate by wisdom. Homage to feet stamping Jure, whose form is Itzalabo. Meru Mandara and Vindhya, you cause all three worlds to tremble. Homage to you whose head holds moon, marked with dear like a divine light. With Dharata twice and bay, you purge every single poison. Homage to you who is served by kings of God's devas, kingdoms. Your resplendent armor of joy pacifies conflicts and nightmares. Homage to you whose two eyes shine brightly like the sun and full moon. With heart twice and two dada, you dispel vicious diseases. Homage to you with three natures, who has the power to bring peace. Today most supreme you conquer hordes of demons, zombies, yakshas. This is the praise of root mantra and the 21 homages. Om Jitsu Ma Pa Ma Jo Ma La Ja Za Lo Ja Za Jo Ma Nyu Ma Pa Mo Je Ni Ge Ji Lo Da Drama Ji De Sun Ge Ju Ge Sha Yi Ge Sa Je Wa Le Ni Ju Ma Ja Za Du Ge Da Wa Kun Du Gang Ma Ya Ni Tse Pe Sha Ma Ka Ma Dong Ja Zo Pa Nam Gi Ra Du Je Re Yo Ra Pa Ma Ja Za Sun Ge Ju Ne Ge Gi Pe Me Chang Ni Nam Par Ge Jimpa Zon Juga Dup Shiva Zomba Sam Den Jo Yo Nima Chaza De Shin Shek Be Zuk Do Ta Ye Nam Par Gya Wa Jamba Malu Baro Jimpa Do Be Gya We Se Ki Shin Du Dema Chaza tu dara yi ge do da jo da nam ga ga ma. Jiten tu bo shab gi nen de lu pa me pa gu pan de ma. Chaza kya chi me la zang ba lung la na zo wan chuk cha ma. Chung po ro lan tri sa nam da no jin zo ki tu ne tu ma. Chaza tre che cha da pe gi pa ro cho go rab tu jo ma. Ye gam yu kya shab ki nen de me pa chuk pa shin tu pa ma. Chaza tu re chi pa chen po tu ki pa wo nam par jo ma. Chige shani chonya den ze tra wo tam che ma lu so ma. Chaza kun chom son son cha ye so mo tu ka nam par ye ma. Ma lu cho ki ko lo gen pe rang ki yo ki so nam chuk ma. Chaza ra tu ka wa chi pe ru ke no ki cheng ma pe ma. Je pa rab je tu ta ra yi tu da chi te wan tu tse ma. Chaza sa shi kyong we so na tam che guk pan tu pa ni ma. Chon yo yo we yi ge hun ge bom pa tam che nam par jo ma. Chaza da we tun pe ru ye gen pa tam che shin tu par ma. Ra pe chan ne a pak me le tam pa shin tu ram ze ma. Chaza ka pa tam me ta pa we cheng we yu na ne ma. Ye gan yung gam gun ne kor ge cha ye pung ne nam par jo ma. Chaza sa shin o la cha ge te ge non che shab ge to ma. Chon ye chen se yi ge ge rin pa tum bo nam ni ge ma. Chaza te ma ke ma shi ma nya ne te shi cha ya ni ma. Swaha om dang ya da te be de pa chen po chom pa ni ma. Chaza ku ne ko rab ka we cha ye lu ne rab tu ke ma. Yi ge chu pe nak ne ko pe rik pa om le chol ma ni ma. Chaza tu re sham ni da be hung gi na be sa pa ni ma. Re ra ma da ra da be che jik tam som nam yo wa ni ma. Lo yi zo yi nam pe re da dang chen cha na nam. Ta ra ni jo pe ki yin ge tu nam ma lu pa ni sam. Cha za la yi zo nam gyao po la da mi yam chi yi te ma. Ku ne ko cha ka wa ji ki zo da mi lam yen pa sam. Cha za ni ma da wa ye pe che ni po ra o rap sam. Ha ra ni jo tu ta ra yi shin tu cha po rim ne sam. Cha za te ni sum nam ko pe shi we tu da yang da te ma. To pa ro la no chen zo na jong pa tu re rap jo ni ma. Ta we na ke tu pa de da cha za wa ni ni shi za ji. Om to Reverend Aryatara I pay homage. Homage to Tara, swift and brave, with eyes like a flash of lightning. From lotus face of three worlds, Lord, you arose from the blooming heart. Homage to you whose face appears like 100 full autumn months. By 1,000 stars all gathered, you shine with supreme radiance. Homage to you whose hand is graced with water bongo blue lotus, giving effort, endurance, peace, sphere of calm, patience, and focus. Homage to you, crown of Buddhas, who enacts limitless triumphs. Those who've obtained all perfections, as of victors, rely on you. Homage to you, Tara, who feeling desire direction space, whose feet trample the seven worlds with power to summon all beings. Homage to you, praised by Chakra, Agni, Brahma, Vayu, Shiva. Demons, zombies, Gandharvas, to Yaksha hosts bow down before you. Homage to you with trade and pay, you crush others' magic designs. Right lip and left outstretched pressing, blazing amid raging grey flames. Homage to the fearsome today, you subdue bravest of martyrs. Lotus face bearing wrathful frown, you slay every foe completely. Homage to you whose fingers grace your heart with the three jaws mudra, with chakra of all directions, whirling in a mass of light rays. Homage to you truly joyful, with crowns spreading garlands of light. Laughing fully with Tara, you control the world and martyrs. Homage to you can summon all assembled earthly guardians. With frown of wrath and moving home, you free all those in poverty. Homage to you, crescent moon crown, all of your adornments blazing. Amitabha in your top knot, radiating boundless bright light. Homage to you, dwelling within, blazing garland like ages. Right leg outstretched, left leg drawn in, with joy you quell armies of us. Homage to you who strikes the earth with pounding palms and feet stamping. Your wrathful frown and letter horn cause 7 levels to scatter. Homage to blissful wholesome calm, he is sphere of nirvana. With perfected Om and Swaha, you destroy your great harmful deeds. Homage to you, circled with joy, you shatter bodies of all foes. Speech said with 10-lettered mantra, you liberate by wisdom. Homage to feet stamping today, whose form is Itzalapo. Meru, Mandara, and Vinja, you cause all 3 worlds to tremble. Homage to you, whose hand holds moon, marked with tear like a divine lake. With Tara uttered twice and pay, you purge every single poison. Homage to you, who is served by kings of gods, devas, Kimnada. Your resplendent armor of joy pacifies conflicts and nightmares. Homage to you, whose 2 eyes shine brightly like the sun and full moon. With Hara twice and 2 Tara, you dispel vicious disease. Homage to you with 3 natures, who has the power to bring peace. Today, most supreme, you conquer hordes of demons, zombies, yakshas. This is the praise of root mantra and the 21 homages.
Me bayan za za kama za za me zeda jere ya guru kanza ma me menza ba ze ba ma sama ya sa do inge wa di nyu do da do je san ba ju ju ne jo wa ji ya ma de ba de sa da ge ba shu. Good afternoon, everyone. So today we are going to do the long life initiation. This long life initiation is called the 100 years long life initiation. There are 3 reasons that we can achieve our long life. 3 main parts. We must have a good long life, meaning the length of our life. And good karma and good merits. These 3 things are very important. If you have, let's say, not very long life, but you have good merits or good karma, then you can do different pujas and different practices to achieve, make your life longer. If you don't have, you have good life, but you don't have good karma, but you have basically, if you have one or two, and if you don't have the other, then you can, there are different methods and different practices that we can make it prolong and make it better. So in order to do that, then we have different practices. One of them is to receive long life initiations. Receiving long life initiation is what I call the beginning part of your practice. When you receive the long life initiation, does not mean automatically now you will have a long life and you can do whatever you want and you will have a long life. The way it works is that once you receive the transmission or the initiation, then you are entitled to practice these mantras and visualizations. With those visualizations, then you have a chance to have a long life. So this is how it works. But also it's very important to remember that if you are practicing this just for this life or for your family or for just to work or just to do some other things, then how do you say, this is not the right path. To have a long and healthy life is a very important. Even for a worldly work or worldly life, you need time to do whatever you want to achieve. So similarly, in order to, as a Buddhist, Mahayana or Vajrayana practitioner, our goal, all the Vajrayana practitioners, there's only one goal, and that goal is to achieve enlightenment for the sake of all sentient beings, for oneself, or achieve enlightenment by all other sentient beings. So that is the basically achieving enlightenment is the only goal, and there's no other goal. So all the other practices are basically to help you achieve your how do you say, for you need time to practice, you need to have good health. So that's why we have these different practices to help you with those practices. So that's one of the main reasons that we to practice, so that you can have more time, because you may receive many teachings, but just mere receiving teaching is not enough. After that, you need to practice, because what we are trying to achieve is get experience. And you cannot fast forward to experience. To get an experience, you have to go through the teachings or go through the practice. Without going through the practice, you cannot, because until and unless you, let's say, to eating an apple, the experience of eating an apple or the whatever experience you're going through, first you must eat the apple. You cannot just visualize the apple and then you say, oh, I'm going to, how to say, I want to experience the apples eating that experience. So, but in order to get that, then we must first go and get the apple and then eat it, and then only you get the experience of eating an apple. So similarly, we have great masters. Whenever you receive teachings, now all those teachings you must go through yourself, and then the experience that you get, and that is where you will basically you are learning, because you are now getting the full benefit of these teachings. And one thing I just wanted to add here, that many people who have received different teachings, different kind of things, it is, I think, essential, because one of the reasons that we cannot see good results is because we are always thinking about others, because whatever experience, whatever teachings, we are projecting that on other sentient beings, other people, or other people are going through difficulty, other people are going through suffering, because there is no comparison to you against other people. You will be so much more important for you. No matter how much you think other people are, you can try to be equal to others. It is very difficult for you to do that. So it is very essential from as far as I see it, essential to whatever experience, whatever teaching, whatever examples that you've been taught, try to put them on oneself, on one's own life. because then you will feel the full weight of these teachings, the full meaning of these teachings. Then you will be able to understand these teachings far more better than projecting these teachings on other sentient beings. And also the sense of also a sense of holiness, or the full weight of these teachings. I don't think one can, no matter so other people are in hell, other sentient beings are in hell, other sentient beings are going through so much pain and difficulties and all those things. No matter how much you think that, like that, it may help you a little bit, but I don't think you will feel the full weight of these. If you talk about suffering, so once you think, oh, I am going through the suffering. I am the one who's feeling, how do you say, angry, going through the desire, ignorance, all this suffering that I am going through. Then I need to find a solution. What if this happens to me? What if this is happening? So that way, these, how do you say, these teaching will have a whole different meaning. I can pretty much guarantee it that you will see a whole different point of view, a whole different hurriness that you will feel to understand these teachings, because that's where I think one mistake that we are making. So when you experience those things on ourselves, then you will see the importance of these teachings. Then because we talk about how do you say, the three poisons, the anger, desire, ignorance. We talk about the suffering, we talk about all those things, but until and unless you experience themselves, or you feel themselves, feel those teachings yourself, then you will not see the full benefit of these teachings. So in order to do that, again, you need time, which is very precious. We are basically running towards our end of our life. We can have weekends, but life doesn't have weekends, or we don't have holidays. You cannot pause your life. So we are running from ever since we are born till death. We are running, literally like sprinting towards death. Death is getting closer by the second. By understanding these things, then you will see, how do you say, the importance of time. It is said in our text that one should practice as if you have taken poison by mistake. Well, if you take a poison by mistake, then you will be so worried. You will be doing everything possible to find a solution to this, that you have taken poison. So similarly, one should feel that you are going through all this, how do you say, suffering, and the way Buddha's teaching will help you, because we have great masters, we have great Buddha deities, great masters. They cannot help you if you are not ready, or if you are not open to their help, or if you are not willing to receive their help. They cannot help you, and they cannot give you anything which you don't have. This is a very important part that I feel, a point that we must understand, that Buddha or Master or Buddha himself cannot give you what you don't have, right? So that's where you will see that the capabilities you have. We are underestimating ourselves constantly, all the time we are underestimating ourselves. Oh, I'm a family man, I'm a working person, I can, all these things are, how do you say, if you have going through these thoughts, then we have to remember that Buddha taught these teachings to us, knowing that you are capable. For example, you will not give something precious in your life to somebody who will not take care of those things. For example, for a child or a baby who doesn't know what is right or what, You will not give them something precious, something fragile, something very important to them to look after, right? Because you know they cannot look after these things. They will not take care of these things. Because they are not, at that point, they are not capable. It's not like they don't want to, but at that point, they are not capable of. Similarly, these methods, these teachings are so precious because instead of we finding out ourselves, which is very difficult, Buddha and our masters, they already went through, they did all the, research, they did all the, went through all the difficult parts, and they are giving us a solution, and then where we can, through those understanding of the teaching, then you can resolve our problems. The way we solve our problem, or way Buddha's teaching help you, is that by understanding the problem itself. Most of the problems that we face are basic. We may think this is the material things or physical things, or this is the house is important, my job is important. They are important because we give importance to them. They are important because, for example, there are many people going through so much trouble, so much pain, like physically losing their life, physically losing their limbs, like physically getting abused daily. But you know, it's not like you don't know that, but we all know in this whole wide world, somewhere some people are going through that. But for us today, what is more concerning to you? That the clothing you are wearing, or maybe the mobile signal that you lost, or the Wi-Fi is not working, compared to that somebody losing their child, somebody losing their life, you cannot compare those things. It's like so different. But what is giving you more affecting your life more? What is giving you more trouble or suffering? The mobile signal, or somebody losing somewhere their life? For you, this is more concerning, that I have only 2 bars, I don't have full bar. That is more concerning to you. If you just think about for a second, as I am saying, that what is more concerning to me? I only have 2-3 bars, or I don't have 5G or 4G, or somebody losing their child, the loved one, the love of their life, somebody, the most precious thing. Is it fair to compare those things? Of course, it's not comparable, but what is affecting you more? What are you more concerned about right this moment? That I don't have 5G, or somebody's losing their life. So because that's one of the main reasons I said that whatever examples or whatever teachings that we are trying to learn, one should project them on ourselves. Somebody is losing their life and you don't have 5G. Now this is where I'm saying that's why you have to project all those on yourself. What if, the example that normally I give is that, let's say somewhere in this world there was some tragedy. Let's say 100 people or 10 people lose their lives. At the most you see them in the news, or you see them whatever, you say, oh, I feel very sorry, compassionate, or I'm on manipe me home, and that's it. You will not lose your sleep over it, you will not cry, you will not lose your appetite, you will not lose, basically you will not feel anything. Then you will go on with your life. You will maybe think about for a few seconds, then you will go on with your life. But now what if that tragedy happened in Australia? Oh, it happened in Australia. You will be slightly more concerned. You will feel it slightly more. But now what if that tragedy happened in Canberra? Oh, that is my city. Somewhere close to you. Now you are even more concerned. Now that out of 10, those 10 people, one of them is your friend, or you knew them, that's even more concerning to you. What if that person is one of your relative or your friend? That is much more concerning to you. What if that relative or friend is not just your relative, but you are somebody close to you, your cousins or something like that? You are even more concerned. Now, what if that, not just any cousin, but let's say it's your brother or your mother or your child or your children? Can you say, oh, manipeme home, and you go on with your life? Can you do that? We cannot just say, oh, my father or my mother or my child just died, and I don't really, I feel sorry for them. I mean, oh, manipeme home. And you will not go on with your life. You will lose sleep over it. You will cry. You will scream. You cannot function as a normal person. You will be, you will lose your appetite. Basically, you will, everything will be blacked out. Why is that? Why is that your child or your loved one is more important? Is that you are more important than all the other people who lost in other parts of the world? It's not, but you are, so now it's it attached to you. It's 10 people losing their life, it's all same, but one of them is connected to you. It belongs to us, almost like it belongs to you. Your child, your father, so it's mine, you know. So that way you are much more concerned about that than all 9. Let's say even some other scenario where you say, oh, there's some accident happened and 10 people died, and in that same bus or whatever it is, one of your relatives was also there, or one of your loved one was also there. Oh, thank God, he's not my brother or my child. What does that mean? Does that mean that those 10 people, you don't care? That it is not my child or my son or my loved one is not the one who is among the dead? So how would this, how do you say? So these kind of small things tells us how strong is your selfish thought. You know? Because exactly the similar thing, somebody losing their life, somebody losing their loved ones, their children, their parents, and then you don't have 5G internet connection. Now, because it's that internet connection is concerning you, because you are not getting fast enough internet. That other people losing their life is not connected to you, so you don't feel the full weight of the suffering. So that's where I always say that whatever examples, whatever teachings, always put yourself in the center of these things, and then you will see you will see a whole different way. Your approach will be totally changed. You will see a whole different view, new and different view through these kind of if you try this method. So to do all this, you need time. You need of course time, very important. Your physical health, because if you are not healthy, if you are not you cannot concentrate to do anything. If you have stomach ache or toothache or headache, or you have difficulty, you cannot do anything. Forget about religious thing. Even your daily, you cannot cook, you cannot drive, you can do even your daily worldly things. You cannot even do that. So, long life, good health, and mentally stable. These are very important things for you to practice these things, practice our teachings. So in order to achieve those things, then one just receiving in his long life initiation is not enough. It's very important to have in your daily life to practice compassion, to practice tolerance, to practice more selfless thoughts. These are very, very important. Just because you receive a long life initiation, it doesn't help you that much. But to have in your daily life, bringing those changes in your daily life, and also to think about, that's one of the main reason, I always say that one of the main reason that you do the sadhanas every day. Because then, just like physical exercise you're doing every day to lose weight or to gain muscle or to do whatever you need to do every day. You cannot just go to gym once a year and say, I want to have a better health, right? A better physical shape. So similarly, you have to do, like going to gym, you need to do workout again and again to achieve that physical appearance. So similarly, although your mind does not have any shape, size, color, or anything like that, but it needs the exercise. So whenever we do, because remember that no part of your practice is for yourself. It's always, always, always for others. Others. It's very important. So by these methods, by these teachings, by these methods, then you practice compassion every day, because every day you do sadhana, and sadhana you're doing for all sentient beings, for the sake of all sentient beings, and also practicing, remind yourself of the importance of compassion, importance of tolerance, because the importance of tolerance, these are actually becomes quite simple once you see all the trouble that we are going through, all the problems, all the sufferings we are going through, because we were taught. This is the important part. We were taught whatever we know now. We were taught. Whenever you know now, you've been taught. The color, the shape, the size, the taste, everything has been taught to you. So whatever you are experiencing, you are basically experiencing what you have taught. If I tell you something about a place or something that you have no idea about, you cannot imagine what I am talking about. But since you can imagine, if in this world, for example, Europe, Asia, whatever place that I talk about, you can imagine, because you have heard some things about, you have heard, how to say, little things, you know here, you saw pictures, you saw videos, some things here and there, so you have some kind of imagination, so that's how you are able to, some kind of understanding you will have. So if everything is imagination, then it's quite easy. It is quite difficult. Right now, you have two different sections. One, physical things which exist, and one is in your dreams or wishes. Wishes and dreams, you know, is kind of not real, but physical things you consider this is something real. This is world. Everything is real. But you have been taught that. Because if you take, let's say, the ice cream, if you take the size, the color, the taste, the shape, everything out of the ice cream, then what is left in the ice cream? Because shape you are taught, right? This round, square, rectangular, whatever shape you have been taught when you first start to learn. Color, we say, oh, this is yellow, this is orange, this is blue, this is green. But somebody taught us that. As a baby, you just didn't learn something, or you got taught that. Similarly, the one interesting I just thought about is that, how do you describe a taste? Normally, it's very difficult to describe taste, because you cannot see, it's something experience. I always find it quite amusing for me that whenever people say, oh, how do you describe an apple? They say, oh, this apple is sweet. Oh, sweet, okay, sweet, what is sweet? Like sweet like an orange? Are you talking about orange? No, I don't, apple. Or sweet like honey. Are you talking about honey, or are you talking about apple? So Then I discover, I mean, of course it's there, but this is how I went through this experience, is that then I discovered that everything, the way we speak, the normally we explain, is vaguely. Everything is vague. Oh, it's like a apple. The taste of apple is like honey. Is like you are describing everything but the apple. You know, you are describing. If I had asked you to describe the apple, then you are describing everything else but the apple. But if I say, oh, apple tastes like apple, that doesn't make any sense, because then you're not explaining. So similarly, if you, in your general conversation, in your life, how we talk, how we communicate with each other, then I realize that everything, the conversation we have, we are talking vaguely about some other things, and somehow because we have been taught this the orange and yellow. Everybody as we know it, we all know same color as yellow. So that's somehow that we are able to communicate that. Because if you try to explain this to an animal, say, let's say to a horse or to a monkey, or this is a yellow, I don't think they will know what yellow means, because they have been taught that this color is called yellow. Because we are all taught, so then we can communicate. But animals will not understand, or if I say, oh, they're yellow or blue or whatever, because they haven't taught, unless you teach them first. So similarly, every conversation we have is actually we are talking about vaguely. We are always talking other surrounding it, other things, and somehow we communicate that, and somehow the other person or other group understands that, and then we go on from there, and then we take another shape. Because then also the understanding, if I whatever explanation I give is according to other person's mood, or according to the other person like me or doesn't like me, then he or she will have a whole different understanding according to that, right? If person doesn't like me, say, oh, whatever I say, or they will try to see it from a negative point of view. If the person likes me, he will try to see the understand through a positive point. So again, here also, it's totally basically a mixture of so many different things. So that way, if you see this way, like from the top, or by seeing everything around it, then you will be able to see more clearly that all the suffering that we are going through, so-called suffering that we are going through right now, is not really suffering. It's just basically misunderstanding and lack of understanding. And other thing that I wanted to share is that if you believe, this is my question, is if you believe in the law of karma, if one believes in the law of karma, and I do not know how we can be angry at anybody else. Because if you believe 100% in the law of karma, then whatever happens is because of our karma. Right? Whatever happens is our karma that is happening to us. So you cannot be angry at some other people that my karma is bad. My karma is bad because of my action. Nothing happens out of the blue. Nothing happens without any reason. Everything has a cause and condition. Everything has a reason why it's happening to you. So if you take it, I mean, these are the different methods that you can use to make you more tolerant, make you more compassionate, make you more understanding. So by having these understandings, then what's happening is that you don't have to change anything outside. Outside you don't have to change nothing. You don't have to change zero. You have nothing. You don't have to change. What is happening is that by understanding these teachings and these methods, by using these methods, what's happening is that now you are changing your point of view. And that's all you need. And that's all it is basically. I mean, it's quite unbelievably easy that enlightenment is basically changing your point of view. Enlightenment doesn't mean that you'll start to fly or you will start to, how do you say, do all kinds of magical things. That has nothing to do with enlightenment. Enlightenment basically is the one who sees the true nature of everything. The one who sees as it is. Ones who see the things as it is, not as what we want to see or not as what we are projecting it. So this is where the big difference is. And this, whether you're projecting or not, this is all depends on your point of view. Your point of view. It's simple as that. By understanding this, then you can see it. You can almost taste. You can almost feel it. You can almost taste that how close you are to enlightenment. This is amazing for me, and this is so amazing because you can almost touch it, you can almost feel it, you can almost because you're almost there actually basically. And because we have been believing in this kind of system that with the world that we live in, and so long we have been believing for so long, it is difficult for you to just this country is called Australia. This country could be, how do you say, tomorrow or you can call some other country name. Easily can give you another, because it's just a name, it doesn't matter. Name you can change any name. So, but if somebody calls some other name, it will be difficult for you to accept that. It's not that you won't want to change, but accept that. But it will take time for you to accept that. Oh, right now, I'm Australian. I want to be very, patriotic. I want to be. Our country is great, the best in the world. Whatever you want to make yourself to achieve that the sense of the greatness, you will tell yourself. You will explain to others. And basically you will do all those things, but basically it's just a name. It doesn't have any, because just by changing your point of view, everything is everything is changed. Everything is changed. It's just as simple as that. And now this is where we need our masters to guide us. Masters cannot, Buddhas and our deities cannot give you what you don't have. It's just showing you the path or showing you the methods, and through understanding then you will realize that all the suffering that we are going through right now is so unnecessary. All those feeling of anger, desire, so unnecessary. As simple as I was explaining before, as simple as that if that person, whoever, somebody had an accident, and if you know that your loved one is around in that area, unless until you know that that person who died or who had an accident, it is not your loved one. Unless you know that how would you feel, how scared, anxious, worried, you'll go through all kinds of experience. You'll be, very worried. But as soon as somebody just called, or that person just called, that person is fine, then such a big relief. But still somebody died. Then that kind of shows that basically you're worried because I always find it funny when we go to hospitals, that when the relatives or whoever it is, the patient is not complaining, but the relatives or the loved ones say, "Oh, why is this happening to me?" You are physically fine. You just went to see the patient. No, you are not the patient yourself, but you say, "Oh, why is this happening to me?" It's not happening to you. It's happening to that other person. So that kind of shows that how much importance you give to ourselves. I went through a kind of similar kind of experience it was for quite an important, teaching for me, myself. There were a few years ago, there was a big attack on a school in some country. As I was watching the news, so many kids were killed, like 150 or 160 children were basically slaughtered. And as the news was going live, I felt so much, I felt sad, I felt, very, I was feeling the pain. But then at the same time, I thought, I cannot compare my pain to those parents who lost their child in that attack. No matter how much I try to feel the pain, or I try to share my concern, is not even maybe 1% of compared to what the parents would be feeling that day. You know, there's no comparison. When I was physically, feeling it, feeling the pain. But then I also realized that I felt this is not fair. You know, this is not fair. Why I am not feeling the pain as much as, you know, because it's not my relative, not my children. As much as I try to see the difference, but then you can see, because it's not me, because it's not my child or not my relative or not one of my kids, because of that, you see the difference, the weight of it. You know, what the parents that day they would be feeling, and what I was feeling going through. So that I saw what your selfish thought was capable of, and you know, similarly, what I try to explain, difference between your mobile signal or somebody losing their loved ones. There is no comparison, but you feel more pain because of the mobile signal than somebody losing their child or somebody loved ones. So basically, by understanding those things, by understanding these things, slowly you will build your belief, you will build your understanding, you will build your tolerance, you build your compassion, and through that, then you will be able to, much easier for you to see the true nature of everything. That is the goal. That is how Buddha was enlightened. That is how Buddhas help you get out of this samsara. Samsara is not a physical place where you are encircled or you are imprisoned in. It's not a normally whenever we say explain samsara, we try to imagine a dark, black iron cage that we are in, like a very a painful place, and you are in this samsara. But the samsara is basically your own, made of your own web of thoughts, or your own selfish thoughts, you know, coming one after another. Then basically you are in this. So how you come out of this is just realizing that these are all coming from your selfish thoughts. These are all coming from your own. So as easy as that. But because we have been we have been feeling this selfish thought for so long that we have believed that this world that we experience is real. This experience that we are having is real, and this other thing is not real. So that's where the struggle happens. That's where we need more time, and that's where I believe, or I know, that the faith plays a very important role. Faith is such an important factor in your practice. Having good, strong, unwavering faith will give be much easier. Similarly, if you like somebody, you know, whether you will take the advice or whether you are willing to listen to somebody who you respect or who you love, it will be far more easier for you to listen to that person than somebody you don't really respect or somebody you met on the street. because somebody, that important person in your life said something, and that is, I'm far more easier for me to follow that path rather than some other random person that are, could be same same advice, but because of the way I see it, because of my point of view, then it plays a very important role, that how much effect that it will happened in my life. So similarly, that by having a good and strong faith will help you so much in your practice. So basically, to understand all this, knowing things and believing things are two totally different things. You may know the philosophy or the teachings, know them by reading or by listening to these teachings, but to believe, that is a totally different, that is where we are struggling. We know, whatever I'm telling you, you already know all those things. That's how you are able to understand, because you know them. You didn't give much thought about those things, but you already know them. The important part is you already know them. There's nothing new that you can learn from this, but you already know them. So now, what we are facing difficulty is believing. Because what you have believed for so long, suddenly now you have to think, you have to unlearn. You have to uninstall everything in your brain, right? You have to unlearn, uninstall all those things. Then it'll be easier for you to see the true nature of everything, or to see this point of view. So for that, you need time, and to make it faster, belief plays, or faith plays a very important role in this one. So today, we are going to do the long life initiation. Before we begin the initiation, we'll do a short meditation on the motivation. For the sake of all sentient beings that we are going to receive today's initiation. Not for ourselves, not for our families, but for the sake of all. Now, this is also important, that if you feel, I want to do this for my family also. But if I say Australia, that includes all the states, all the Australia. If I say Australian, then I don't have to say specifically, or this person or that person. That includes everybody. So similarly, when we say all sentient beings, now that includes every single person you know, including yourself. You do not have to say all sentient beings and my family and my loved ones, because that already includes. In fact, it will help your family much more, because when we say all sentient beings, the bigger, the more number, the greater the number, the greater the merits you will gain. If I say, only my family, like 5 people in your family or 10 people you know, then you're praying for 15 people. That means you're only getting the merits of only 15 people. But if you're praying for entire, all the sentient beings, that means, unlimited number, then also you will gain much more merit. And also, when you have much more merit, that includes, it will help your family and your loved ones, even in fact more than you would pray for themselves. So this is important to keep in mind. We are praying for all sentient beings. For the sake of all sentient beings, we are going to receive these teachings. So one of the methods to do this is either by concentrating on an object, preferably on a holy object, because if you try to imagine a holy object, that means you are also gaining merit at the same time. If you are only thinking, just say, an apple or your car or your somebody, something like that, or a tree or something like that, you are doing the meditation, but you are not gaining any merits. So, but by keeping your mind on a holy object like a Buddha statue, the deity, master, text, stupa, temple, or anything like that, that way you are at the same time you are gaining merits. So in another way of practice is that if you cannot do the first part, then you can keep your mind on your breathing. You don't have to do anything special, nothing difficult. Just keep your mind on your breath. As you're breathing in, you take a note of I'm breathing in. As you breathe inside, keep your breath inside. Then you take a note that my breath is inside. And as you breathe out, you just take a note that you're breathing outside. If you want to do slightly more elaborate, then as you breathe in, you visualize or you think that all the energy of the world, of the universe, all the goodness, all the power, all the energy, all the longevity, everything you are inhaling as you are breathing inside. And then as you keep your breath inside, you visualize that everything is inside your body. As you breathe out, then you are breathing out all the negatives, the defilements, all the negative things, sickness, whatever you have coming out with your breath also. So what you're doing is you're also cleansing yourself. So we can do either of this meditation. Namgada Nyambe Simjin Tam Jige Dundo, Lana Me Bayanda Banzo Sanjiji Koba Rambojin Topara Chandi Jidong Gombo Zeta Ishe Bado Mebe, Gombara Wango, Samosan Lante, Nyamso She, Nyamba Chanjugi Chodo Do Yabasa, Damne Sambara Nawara Shu, Delandir. Kazambara Jave Chene Yanda Banzo Be Sanje Namjin Duja Suze Kamdan Samba Dam Pala Nyadan Jeso Timbara Chuji Duze Samje Mija Bashi Sumba Damje Dona Tekba Memba Dan Tekba Chimbo Niso Deba Len Tekba Chimbo Yen Tekba Chimbo Layam Jupara Do Chimbe Tekba Dan Jebo Ngaji Tekba Namba Niso Yeba Le Ngaji Tekba Yen Telayan Sanga Sanyi Niso Yeba Le Nime Lo Yen Tela Jajewa Kama Dan Nije Dema Dan Samantana Meche Dezen Sumdo Yeba Le Dene Dema Dan Dana Ma Sumdo Jeve Minji Ge Zewa Zaman Bowe Kapso Baba Yende Doje Zemole Minba Tanen Chowela Sanje Chanju Dembe Choje Sumbe Minjo Sosen Kone Tsisen Venta Mando Sumbe Nane Kapso Baba Ne Jawa Yongji Chenle Ba Chenpo, Chubchen Thangtong Gyalpo, She Jawa Denye Ojen Chenpo, Pema June Ye, Zare Sechen Sangpo Sabde, Bebaran Zebe, Chubchen Rangi Dene, Shebe Longde Gunsa Melong Le, Shiwan Tuje Chenpo Tang. Chabo Choja Tandrenye, Yeme Chido Chubale, Gui Chalo Shima Cho, Domo Trichen Mewe Jen, Rangji Tashin, Riza Che, Mange Cheba Nazo Jong, Nanda Yanzen Tenpa Chong, Shetan Shene Jang, Owa Sheche Shatun Tong, Zunru Sheche Minchen Shu, Tene Ngaye Tutu Yin. She so derga tatene lenje mayen ba longde ba denye la ishe ji kanro denye zenre renpo be tambo ne kyabda chenpo tangchen na danyen dobe namjo ba jingmen gyabo daburo shu teje tangtong gyabo to she zen nyenda dara yongson chaba denye da oyen je loben chenpo pema june nye doja tabe nangoro yewa mejan shana ojan chenpo dan shajan len mando jara laba do nyam dan nalam dabo mayen bara sando baje ribe poran chenpo gongwe zo chene ojen chenpo dan shan jawe ojen chenpo hero ke cheje nambra shunen ruba chenpo gaje jen jingoro sha chene wango wanzebe lazo namje sha sekshen shenya wangdan damba taye basen damba doje zamba gund Dunji Namkara Chenpa La Ojen Chenpe Shuabe Tsuze De Zoba Chenpe Jubumra Chujo Zashi So Chokoro Yongson Zoba Senpa Yende Namdra Sonde Le Ojen Kandre Lindo Pepe Se Pema Junen Jape Chalo Jen Pawar Kandro Tumen Gowa La Drupchen Kaje Lazo Sen La De Sanje Tongso Yedam Tume Se Kepa Dumba Doje Senpa La Ojen Chenpe Shuwe Tsuze Lamen Zoba Chenpo Sen La De Je Chawandara Yin La Layan Ojen Chenpe Drupchen Nyi Piyu Do Chowe Ten La Chenge Beka Gowa Ne Cheka Tenga Pena Ye Dupcha Namdar Pedo Long Sheda Sacho Yada Tangpe Secho La Saye Meza Tendre Chege Ye Jana Chushu Sunpe Ratang Cha Ngena Rida Machu Jadang Cha Rikpa Zempe Jepo Pensan Chen Layan Peyo Kawa Chendo She Che Songpa La Tene Chupche Nye Peyo Do Chende Kusung Tu Je Ten Shenpa Tang Chucha Sangpa Zupa So Choden Gelan Zuru Je Kumpa Tenpar Sujang Tenpar Mini Je Cheyo Do Chupan Tenam La Sabdere Yang Nga Zang Chen Chenpe Su Tenpe Nanen Talam Lama Shire Tse Wangko Wa Samo Yin Teta Pe Sablam La Tene Chupche Nye Je Gong Lo Jata Nye Nga Shu Rangwar Minu Pe Loma Na Mincho La Ngepara Tse Chen Teta Ke Nanen Che Che Man Yo Wa Papa Lo Che Je Gong Lo Jata Nye Shu Shu Kam to go gan da nye waro shu pe rang xin ge nang jo ma chup chen ge ngo lo yin ba ji ge lo jia dang sum jo shu so go we la ma ji ge lo jia dang ju nye shu yang kam na chup chen ge ngo lo ji ge lo jia zha ka yar ga wa shu ba so chup chen nye ku ze la nga nye pe ten zhe ji lo ma yang ku ze la wang jo wa mang do chen pe chen lap chen ten nye ne yu pe zi zho chen me pa de do cha pa de la ri ju dang nye ju ni so ye ba le tang po ne zhu pe wang jo cha sang pa ne ten zen nga wa nyen da sang po len ju den za we la men pa do chen pa tang Nipa ne pa pa do je chen po ten yu sha pa le te shin do ni do ri da la ten ne zi zho ba zi zho do tu ye pa pe te ye de Ten rin zhen chenpo che che ling pe ter chen tang 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 do zho pe wang zho chenpo cha pe za pe zi zho ni ju te te da pe ta ten tang tang song zho ki gom ne chen men ce wang go wa che pa la lo ben ji cha wa tang lo ma la cha wa ni so ye pa le lo ben ji cha wa le pa zhu pa sin ne Ta lo ma la wang go we rin pa yin te la yang zhong ye che sum len jo we rin pa la men tra po shin so te pa ngun do zho go pe la ma na la pe la ta mi te pe chen ga Sawa Samo Shive Yondo Mi De Mendra Shimbu Wara Shu Benza Mbume Aung Shi Yongso Taba Wang Shi Se Je Sa Shi Benza Rike Aung Jen Jarin Goyo Gen Gowe Zo Re Jabo Re Ra le bambo lo zambo le no balance jan dame ne ma da wala da me banjo bazom zoba ma wa me ba de ne de son sa tam je je ngo mo je ma zon de la ma dam be shang ne je ma sa mo shu yun do ju do Shene Jinje Lamdo Zo. After the mandala offering is the requesting line, so repeat after me these lines. Kunjin Yishe, Pumboje, Sibe Kolo, Namjongwa, Tirin Shebe, Rinjender, Zo Dala, Gadenzo, Kisha Bemo, Panene, Zo Shenla, Yamache, Joe Bao, Tujenji, Lojo Dala, Nawarazu, Gunjen Yishe, Pumboje, Sibe Kolo, Namjongwa, Tirin Shebe, Rinjender, Zo Dala, Gadenzo, Kisha Bemo, Panene, Zo Shenla, Yamache, Joe Bao, Tujenji, Lojo Dala, Nawarazu, Gunjen Yishe, Pumboje, Sibe Kolo, Namjongwa, Tirin Shebe, Rinjender, Zo Dala, Gadenzo, Kisha Bemo, Panene, Zo Shenla, Yamache, Joe Bao, Tujenji, Lojo Dala, Nawarazu. Tedara Zo Dana, Ju Dabaja, the Dunyan Zo Lamada, Nizumebe Chime, Lazola, Zazum Javara, Junjiko, Jimbon Tiba. Musoji Dojiba Jangajana Namjia, Gozo, Kodom, Sawa, Dibasha, Barasoba, and Ladumajo, Nyambegon, and Digent, the Jan Zum. Now for the purification prayer, visualize that in front of you, or the master is none other than the Amitabhas. Surrounded by all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. In front of them, yourself, along with all the sentient beings together confessing all your negative deeds. So with this visualization, you repeat the so you repeat the sevenfold prayers with me. Kunjo Sumla, Dajabje, Digba Tamje, Sosorisha, Droya Gela, Jera, Sanje Chanjo, Yigi Song, Sanje Chedang, Sojola, Chanju Pardo, Japsuche, Rangshen Tene, Rabruche, Chanju Semne, Jebaraje, Chanju Chogi, Semne Jegine, Simjen Tamje, Dagi Dondonir, Chanju Chocho, Yuon Jebaraje, Dola Penjer, Sanje Dubarsho, Kunjo Sumla, Dajabche, Digba Tamje, Sosorsha, Droe Gela, Jera, Sanje Chanju, Yigi Song, Sanje Chedang, Sojola, Chanju Pardo, Japsuche, Rangshen Tene, Rabruche, Chanju Semne, Jebaraje, Chanju Choge, Semne Jegine, Simjen Tamje, Dagi Dondonir, Chanju Checho, Yuon Jebaraje, Dola Penjer, Sanje Dubarsho, Kunjo Sumla, Dajabche, Digba Tamje, Sosorsha, Droe Gela, Jera, Sanje Chanju, Yigi Song, Sanje Chedang, Sojola, Chanju Pardo, Japsuche, Rangshen Tene, Rabruche, Chanju Semne, Jebaraje, Chanju Choge, Semne Jegine, Simjen Tamje, Dagi Dondonir, Chanju Checho, Yuon Jebaraje, Dola Penjer, Sanje Dubarasho. je je ta ba jina jana na wang go na chime zhe ba la pa je se je tu de me ba de shi do na wa ra jo lo ba ra ni ge ji ge de ma ba sha zum sha ro ba zai sha ma ye zhang ye ma ji do da go song gi zhen ba wu zha kam ze jin de ba cha ye su na do je ka ram ga ra de ye su na de zu do ji shen ba cha je ru ji ge ba je ba sha sha wa zin sha ra ji su ba jin sum sum ba mi go gam le da ge shang je ru yi ba yi shi ge me ba na shu be go jin do lam ji sa wa go song do ji ne da pa be pu ga tam ji da ran ro cho 제와 고치와 라서 중화들을 자연들을 사실 바나 넘게 견바서도 주대 견하는 왕고와 치미생으로 토바지바라 포도 집에 계달로 버를 바tum제 장아렌도 기지기 제자서 바로도 집에 바라즈. Now for the main part of the initiation we have to visualize that the guru is none other than the Hayagiva, red in color, 3 face 6 hands. The main face is red, the right face is green, the left face is white. On the top of the head, on the crown of the head is the horse head. Also 3 heads. Golden blonde hair, all standing up. So 6 hands. The first right hand is holding a vajra, second right hand is holding a katamga, and the third right hand is holding a sword. The first left hand is doing a digzuk, means subduing gesture. The second left hand is holding a short spear, and third left hand is holding a rope or a garland which is made of yuma. Intestines, and he has 8 legs, all spread out with fangs, and each of 3 faces has 3 eyes, all adorned with a dry bone skulls garland, wearing a tiger skin skirt. Also wearing a garland of nagas, which made of 8 nagas joined to each other. And also sitting in a wisdom fire. And after this visualization, from the master's forehead, from the throat, from the heart, many smaller Hayagivas comes out. And now these Hayagivas are now dissolving into your body, and you are now receiving the longevity siddhis or longevity blessings. And also drives out all the obstacles for your long life. Kondo amona sije bawa udra mima mazazom jem naza kiwa lojalembe nganzo je chani nyam shakita na wangdo da ni sumi be chime ze bomba basangi shin kajime parje sonshin dagwe tsemba namba rega jina sa chima mebo so reda jimabe dena jimotung ki shube ozu da nawa daya masa Drugo Chalo, Nyamshaki Sabon Zamba, Dimbatane Masa, Yebemes of Yudu Zumba, Duba, Taki Homa, Shabi, Kumshin, Jamataki Chumbe Turkichi, Jabatuga, Loben Pema June, Gondo, Karma, Dojatuba Zamba, Poga, Chizo, Gipanito, Niensho, the Jimarungi Shobacho, the Lama, the Bawa, Somala, one, Ribaz, and Batamji, Jimbo, the Batavish, Chimese, Oroshuela, so the body, gender, so now you have to visualize that in the front of you, the Trubjen Thangtong Gyalpo in a darkish color, in a form of 100 years old form. Two hands are in a meditation posture, and he's holding a longevity vase. And sitting on a skin, animal skin cushion. And all the deities on top of each other, now on the top of the Trubjen Thangtong Gyalpo. So one should do this visualization. So with this visualization, repeat this line after me. Hri 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 Amitabha Drogin Jesojong Sepa Megum Drola Chimeder Tante Wanja Droya Pajeser Pema June Nidu Droya Jab Thangtong Gyalpo Soda Luame Soa Deso Gajen Pajeso Chinji Loshi Chime Ngodubzo Hri 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 Amitabha Drogin Jesojong Sepa Megum Drola Chimeder Tante Wanja Droya Pajeser Pema June Nidu Droya Jab Thangtong Gyalpo Soda Luame Soa Deso Gajen Pajeso Chinji Loshi Chime Ngodubzo Hri 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 Amitabha Drogin Jesojong Sepa Megum Drola Chimeder Tante Wanja Droya Pajeser Pema June Nidu Droya Jab Thangtong Gyalpo Soda Luame Soa Deso Gajen Pajeso Chinji Loshi Chime Ngodubzo Tedara Soa Debara Den Lazum Jetukan Sepatum Badra Lama Idam San Chusmatum Jikutu Chevan to Devajin Kishin, Shippo Gombo, Bottom about then George didn't come on the Sujum in the Gumbo says, Shepatum Bashin Basiji Jabota, Luna Barabama, Shana Bema, Junana Sobadona, say, it was the many Hata Lota Tanzon, the Chera, the Lama Shire, Hazo, Kotan Japan, Jetu, Nisbi, Shijing, or in Barandan Bios, Kadona, Bottom Bashuna, Jibo, Sambuco, Puga, Ombo, Guana, Dosama, Koma, Joseph Chimara, my sister, Chimezeng or Tobem Bonds. So after that recitation, now we visualize that from the in front of you is the Trubjen Thangtong Gyalpo and all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and all the longevity deities. Light rays issues out from them. It goes to all the 10 directions and invokes all the blessings of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, especially the blessings of the Amitabhas. And all the longevity basically goes to all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and especially all the longevity deities like Amitabhas and all the other Buddhas. And from their heart, light rays comes out, multicolored light rays comes out. Now these light rays are going through the crown of your head into yourself. And now all your body is now filled with these lights. Now these, how do you say, everything is now dissolving into all these lights are now dissolving into you, and your body is filled with these lights. So one should do this visualization. Nishindo Zo, Loben Dan Dunji, Tukane, Sajaju Dabodan Junga, Adela Jube, Guji, Hama, Garase, Marajan, Tinga Dodon Dava, Jajuda Shaba Jaro Jibo Toba, Chejo Mangeba, Nisegi, Duda, Juna, Jenaka, Namkara Kajiki, Jumela, Jebechida, Los Social, Laguna, Laban, Loshin, Shin Sarjela, Rangi So, Shembe Londa, Ye, Tishuba Jingi Shedan, Sheje, Lonsum, Ye, Power Debachala. Andila Chabe Jibachibadala Shetak Pajaki Ranso Sojala Sobe Nambra Sharwa Kaya Yanshin Chamba Deje Jumacha Maluba Danila Soba Yiruda Jasu Sojala Veseduki Guda Yiru Chazan Trachita Zela Sobe Namduki Gude Ninge Setan Jubize Nala Tembe Lame Tamje Soju Jin Chimi Jinguru To Duzenamje Chimiki Duze Ranshindo Jubem Bonze. Gamon Juma Shive Lenza Man Doja Rige Kandro Bumdan Jen Zeta Jemo Kandro Sonam Doja Zeja Gube Lenza Jeo Mamarane Zenda Ezo Semo Juma Jeve Lenza Ma Rinje Rige Kandro Bumdan Jen Zeta Jemo Kandro Sonam Jen Doja Zeja Gube Lenza Jeo Mamarane Zenda Mama Juma Wande Lezema Pema Rige Kandro Bumdan Jen Zeda Jemo Kandro Sonam Jen Doje Zeja Gube Lezeje Mama Rane Zenda Ezo Ngoma Juma Trabe Lezema Leje Rige Kandro Bumdan Jen Zeda Jemo Kandro Sonam Jen Doje Zeja Gube Lezeje Amamarane Zenda Ezo Zaje Lama Yedam Kandro Ye Toda Nube Chen La Pungjen Gaje Neden Dede Changwa Dan Tsedan Ishe Chimeng Ro Zo She So Tebe Tene Kiranam Ki Tse Ju Tebe Leta Tutumi Wadi Chino Nangwara Jo Loben La Kudu Tebe Tongpe Chebe Tukane Eser Mabo Chaji Toba Padame Bache Tongsum Ki Tongchum Jini Ji Kamtam Jira Chebe Tetana Namka Nebe Deje Marumba Kiranam Ki La Tse Kyu Ba Kirwa Yewa Nyimsi Chuban Da Peme Tuwa Jinam Ki Tsenga Dan Tse Dan Samtengi Chebe Seda So Troba Tamje Kaulengi De Chaje Deba Da Rangwa Meba Go De Trubdo Chebe Chage Tse Pumpe Nangdo Shukbara Jo Tijin Do Ese Te Chungwa She Kamtam Jira Chebe Rie Jebo Rase Ki Ride Nishi Linden Ki Koyu Na Chage Ribona Nebe Saye Ju Sashin Deba Tamje Dan She Yezo Chimbo Ryo Tsodan Kankala Sobe Chibu Chuno Chime Chamba Chumela Soba She Chu Jikola Toki Parji Chu Chu Nyan Chu Denra Soba Tamje Da Tangtong Meda Hyun Meda Soyo Meda Daba Da Soba Da Chume Me Jun Da Ninando Bola Sobe Me Chu Cho Shin Rang Da Sijin Puzun Soba Tamje Da Oki She Longi Boba De De Tongde Yile Tongde Jile Jibe Long Da Jiro Lilan De Le Da Ishe Long De Yarshin Yawa Longi Ju Yang Sa Tong Demba Tamje Da Ju Gesum Chena Pube Jiro Tamje Jebadoya Jendegi Berendado Nengi Jabada To Dengi Ribas and Balaso Bejenzen, Nedo Sijatam Jena Juna Composita, Shepadam Velhazo Yilama Yidam Sanje, Chansen Power Controtum Jiki, Chinson Benes, Tadatum Sakadang and Nambarako, the General Trubaj, Trudachem Bechaki, Pumbe Zemano Show, Tela Jaranam Jena, Kudu Traba, Mego, Tomoji Shabaratene, Pumbe, Duzu, Koshin Lazonam Jiguli, and Duzu Jimba, Shandu Prosum, Bajanam, Jibasam, Bukana Show, Ligi, Nanka, Zakanum Jera Chevecham, Betse. Gubam Belanzo da Shujin, the Gombasa Ishmael, maybe Chimets, and Wodo Toba, Bonds. Now, with the great devotion, when you look at your master or the deity, from their heart, red light comes out and goes to all the directions and all your, if you have any, how to say, any obstacles to your life, is all gathered together through the power of this red light. And also at the same time, these lights to all the directions, and it takes the essence of all the power of the energy, power, knowledge, wisdom, and all this now comes back with this red light. power of the sun, power of the moon, basically all the energy and all the wisdom, knowledge, everything comes back. And now all this power and wisdom, knowledge, it comes back and goes into the longevity was in here. And through the power of your devotion and your prayers, again light rays comes out from all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. And then nectars comes out from their body. And now these nectars are now going into your body. And now your body is filled with nectar. And also it fills your entire vein. So one should do this visualization. Now visualize that this longevity vase is placed on your head. Now so you are not just getting the through the power of this prayers or through the power of this practice. You are not just gaining longevity, long life, but also all the wisdom, knowledge, energy. So everything you are getting, not just your long life. Tene tse ribu tabda ze kiranamgi cha yesu powala tene tab dewa chumbe chodam mijewa doje tse ngodo tobe me baranzo. So the Buddha's practice is basically, how to say, you can sum up in two things. One is method and wisdom. So this longevity pill represents the method. So when you take this pill, you are receiving the methods. And you take this pill on your right hand or right palm. When you receive the pill, always receive it on the right hand. So now this nectar is symbolizing the wisdom or the. So when you take this, receive this nectar, you always receive it on your left hand. So as you drink this, you visualize that you are getting all the energy, all the longevity for yourself. Chimete bala lonje rebelo da namje sherada sidan shwe banjo kangla ba tegin linje ju baran ze do so la yan teda ke temba chelo de ni namga gombo zeba me la choju sanje da choju samba cela wa ribo zbe hazo ko ya gonsum ba shwe me tana lobe tenje me do ke cha be shin trashi ke se yang ga su me bara ze. So now since we have all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, all the longevity deities we visualize in front of you, so we will do offering to them. Jimbe dobje sanje yada ba mi sange sanje dola de ni jinge chonje jobana jimbe dobje dane jaba jo jimba do jin tsen ba jo suren do je sanje yanda ba mi jinge suren dola de ni jinge chonje jobana suren dobje dane jaba jo suren do jin tsen ba jo suba do je sanje yanda ba mi jinge suba dola de ni jinge chonje jobana suba do je dane jaba jo suba do jin tsen ba wa jo suren do je sanje yanda ba mi jinge suren dola de ni jinge chonje jobana suren do je dane jaba jo suren do jin tsen ba jo Sanjay Yanda Ba Mi Zinge Sanjay Dodo De Nje Jinge Ruje Jubana Sunda Dane Raba Samden Doje Rane Raba Jo Sunda Dojen Sen Bewa Jo Shira Dobje Sanjay Yanda Ba Mi Zinge Shira Dodo De Nje Jinge Ruje Jubana Shira Doje Rane Raba Jo Shira Dojen Sen Bewa Jo Penla Miro Tenjiro Kuze Mijo Sashen Chasa Miro Shumeze Gila Chebe Tashi Sho Te Woking Shele Basman Takane Sunja Kelebe Sunda Domana Sunda Sushi Do Jinje Begone Dejen De Jan Len Sumze. Now here is the conclusion part. promise to keep whatever samayas you have received during this initiation. So you will do this repeat after me these lines. And after that is the mandala offering, and finally is the dedication prayer. So repeat after me these lines. Tsoyo chidaram, kazawa, teda damje, dagiji, tsoyo chidaram, kazawa, teda damje, dagiji, tsoyo chidaram, kazawa, teda damje, dagiji, te tsama suma leba tobe karin tarage yondo mikde mendo shimbo wara sho, bome aonje, daba wanje zaje zaje om banzarege aonje jare goyo ge gowe zo re jabo re ra jale bambo lo zambo le no balanje zan le ba ngaya da ngaya je yoden da lam jo ro ndame nyen da ndame nyenge da rembo je revo bazam je je pa mame ba e lo do ngolo rembo je no bo rembo je zomo rembo je lombo rembo je domjo rembo je domjo tuji cha je zombo jembo ye bomba ye ba ma dewa ma lo ma garama do be ma me do ma me ma de ja ma nye ma da wa rimbo je do chole nambara jave janzen la da me banjo bezon zo ba ma zan wa me ba de nye do tamje je ngo zume bande lama tambe shangane zawa zawa zubo tobe kare dara ge yondo wa jiwo do je dowe dendo she so so shene jinje la do so Teda mera do masa loben la lu noje tuje ja bone cha she na she la so long je do so nyembe gone de jin de jan la som le je do son wara sho de ne zam de da de do je la da ne bola che ge lo mara so wa da ja ja ne je do so de ne zam de da che la da ne bola na je ge lo ma so wa da ja ja ne je do so de ne zam de da de do che la da ne bola Chege lomara sonwa da jaye jane je do zo de gona chime sonwa sonba le basba po ay be ran shingi de jinu ruba de le jone ge za ba sa ba na je chonjo nim bo yon sonwa wa len je do ze bara jo sonom de ndam je ze ba tom ne nye be dana banje Jega na je balon do bae sebe zole do barajos. So through this way we have completed the long life initiation, and also it concludes my program here in Canberra. And I'm very happy that I could be here to see you all and to meet Rinpoche. And to see such a beautiful temple built here, it was such a blessing that that I could come here and receive how to say to be part of this temple. My main practice is, of course, my guru's wishes. My guru's wishes are always to be practice the tolerance, practice compassion, to practice your daily life, to make your daily life more meaningful, more better. So I always try to follow that, because if you think that if you want the whole world to be a better place, to be a peaceful place, to be a more tolerant, more compassionate place, then first we need to be more tolerant, we need to be more compassionate, we need to be more open to others. So unless and until we do that, then we cannot achieve this goal. It always starts with our own practice. So that is, I think, very important part. And if you think about it, the whole world that we know, as we know it, it only exists because of me or because of you, because of ourselves. Because the whole world, as we know, is only exists in my for me, it exists in my mind. For each one of you exists in your own mind, because even though it could be one simple thing, could be one tree, one could be one house, whatever it is. Now 100 different people look at this object. 100 different people will have their own view on this object. So that kind of proves that we all live in our own world. We are all kings and queens of our own world, basically. So we are the most important people or important person in this world. So if you are happy, or if you are, I would not really like to say happy, because if you are at peace, if you are not angry, if you are not going through all these different emotions, then the whole world is a good place. If you are not happy, or if you are going through different emotions, the whole world is a not good place. So it always starts with your own practice. That's why one should always think like this. One should always put yourself in the center and then think according to that. So that way everything makes more sense. Everything will be much more clearer to you. So to have a more meaningful life, normally I always give two things that is important to me, and it's also the way I practice. Is first thing is to have a good balance between your work life, family life, practice life, whatever you do. Too much of anything in this world is not good. Literally too much medicine becomes poison. Too much exercise, physically you will not be possible. Too much prayer, you will get tired and you won't be able to do it. Too much of love, too much of anything in this world is not good. Too much of love, when I say, when you hug your loved ones for first 2 seconds is good. Then after 2 seconds it becomes hot, it becomes awkward, it becomes not so good. So, so basically too much of anything, literally too much of prayer also is not good, because physically is not possible. So you must have a good balance, and of course that balance is totally dependent on individuals. Too much of work is not good, too much of family life is not good, too much of anything basically. The second one is very simple, but yet very powerful. I mean, it is so simple yet so powerful, is practicing acceptance. All our problems as we know it right now are in the future. We are not worried about right now, but we are always worried about future. Or tomorrow, if I lose my job, tomorrow if I had this, something happens, tomorrow if my loved ones get sick, tomorrow I may have some kind of. So all these things are in the future. So when you bring your mind to the present, or as you meditate on Rinpoche's practice through the walking meditation or any sort of meditation. But the first thing, of course there are many benefits to meditation. One of the first thing it does is that it brings your mind to present. And that means all 90% or 95% of your suffering is gone, because they are all in the future. Something whatever might happen or may happen, then you are not thinking about that, you are thinking about right now. So most of the problems are already automatically solved. So that is why concentrating on like for example, practicing on vipassana, all these are basically concentrating on an object. That's how they start. And that's how you feel peace, because now you are not worried about the future things, because your mind in present, and your mind, when you are in the present, you are calm. Your mind is calm. So one is the biggest benefit of being calm mind is that then you make rational decisions. You know, you're not when you make decisions when you're happy, you are making maybe not really a good decisions. When you are emotionally going through difficult times, then you cannot make decisions because then you are making not really based on the reality. So when your mind is calm, then you can make rational decisions, and that's how we'll have a much more sustainable, much more better, much more meaningful life one can lead. So there are so many benefits. For example, myself, I have to accept that I'm 46 years old. As soon as I accept that, then I will have a much more peaceful mind. Now, if I try to exercise, diet, medication, all kinds of things to my body, and if I want to be 20 years old, I cannot be 20 years old in this life. That is gone. No matter whatever I do, no matter whatever I do, I cannot be 20 years old. Now I have to come to terms with that. I have to accept that. The sooner I accept that, the sooner I will be at peace. Similarly, my skin color, my shape, my practice, my family, my whatever that I have to accept. But that does not mean that one should not improve. One should not try to be a healthier life, to have a better family, to have a better. It doesn't mean that one should not improve. But yet you should try that, but with acceptance. If you say, "Oh, right now my life is terrible. I look like I look whatever I am, and I want to be, I'm not good and all that," then there's no there's no end to that. Basically, what I'm trying to say. You will always be running after something that we have been running from. I only can give example of myself. Ever since I can think, I can remember thinking, till now I've been running to achieve something. And if I do not accept this, then till my death, I will be running after something which there is no end to that. So there is no, I will always be anxious, I will always be worried, I will always be stressed because I'm always thinking about tomorrow. The problem with that, biggest problem is that tomorrow, there's another tomorrow. There's no end to tomorrow. There's no, you cannot bring the future to the present because future is always in the future, past is always in the past, present is always present. So once you bring your mind to your present, then you will find much more relaxed, then much more meaningful life, much more better life for your worldly life, for your practice life, for everything. It makes much more sense to think this way. Now, through the power of acceptance, such a powerful thing. And not just that, but all the so-called suffering that you are going through right now, as soon as you accept that, I am 46 years old. As soon as I accept that, that is no more a suffering. Now, suffering is basically, as I said, everything is point of view, right? Everything is your point of view. So as soon as I accept that, the suffering is no more a suffering. So you can tackle through this way. As soon as you accept the age, the weight, the color, the wealth, whatever you have, as soon as you accept that, is no more a suffering because you have accepted that. For example, when you lose somebody, you of course feel sad, you cry, you cannot eat, you cannot drink, you cannot think, you go through all kinds of difficulties. When do you stop crying is the moment when you accept that person or that pet or whatever it is gone from your life, is not coming back. Now if you cannot do that, then that's where you struggle. And until you could do that after 24 hours, after 2 days, after 3 days, after 1 month, after 1 year, but as soon as you accept that, then you will not be crying, you will not be getting emotional, and then you can go on with your own life. You can function normally. Because up until you do that, one cannot function. So acceptance is such a powerful tool. And also, if you think more deeper, also that even to see the true nature is also an acceptance thing in one way. Because right now, we cannot accept the true nature of everything. We know it, but we cannot accept it because we don't believe 100%. We may want to believe it, but because our selfish thoughts is bringing you back to, we still want, the wealth and power, the position, and all these things, because we don't understand. We believe. Why do we want money? Why do we want wealth? Why do we want power? Why do we want whatever we want? Is that we think that after achieving certain things or whatever it is, then you will find peace. You are not running after wealth or power because of you want wealth and power. Because if you think more further, then you will realize that you want power so that you feel safe. You will feel more, after that, then you will be more peace. After achieving a certain wealth, then you feel, then I will be more peace and more happier, more safe, basically. So that is what you are wanting, but without, since we've been wanting this for so long, we have forgotten what we actually want. We just want. I want this, I want that. But actually, if you ask yourself, I think it's also important to ask oneself, whatever you think that you want, what is the result? After, if I get that, then what will happen? Then that's also so these are the methods. These are all methods. Every practice we do, every sadhana, every ritual, every retreat, every meditation, this is all methods. This all comes under a method. And once you achieve through using these methods, then your goal is to achieve, to see the true nature of everything as it is, the truth, to see the truth basically. And basically Buddha's teaching is all about truth. The first teaching he did in Varanasi after attaining enlightenment is about the truth. So the truth, if once you know the truth, another example I gave is that once you know the story of the movie, once you know then you will not be so emotional. When you watch the movie first time, when you see emotional things, you cry. When you see anxious things, scary things, you get scared. When you see funny things, you laugh. When you see whatever you are coming in front of you, because you don't know and you are feeling it for the first time, then you go through all these emotions. But if you watch the same movie 10 times, you are not going to go through all these emotions just like you watched for the first time, because you already know. So the knowledge. So this is, I'm talking about in such a simple thing. But if the logic is same. If you keep the same logic, use that in a bigger, for your life, then you will see that with knowledge, if you know, right now, because we are afraid of death, we are afraid of many things, because we don't know what's going to happen. Because of unknowing, that's why you are afraid. We are afraid of dark. We are, something evil spirit or some animal or something miracle. As soon as it becomes dark, totally dark or kind of darkish, your mind now tells you, there might be a snake, there might be a spider, there might be dangerous animals, there might be a hole, there might be a tree, there might be a hole. I mean, all kinds of things goes into mind. That's why each step you will take, you will be very careful. At the same place, if you can see, for example, the daytime, you can be running at that same place, but at night, if you walk, if you can't see anything, totally dark, then you will be walking, each step you will be taking very carefully, because that's what, similarly, the awakening or the light rays that one can generate, though you have to become your own, Buddha's teaching says that you have to become your own light, basically. If you follow somebody else's light, then as soon as the other person goes different direction, you are left in the dark. As long as you are going with the other person, that's okay, because there's one light, the other person has the light. But as soon as other person goes different direction and you are left in the dark, so you have to become your own light. You have to become your own, through the wisdom, through the knowledge, then you become your own. Through seeing the true nature of everything, then you become your own light, and then you are awakened, or you are how to say, get rid of all the darkness, basically. So seeing the truth. So all this is simple, basically. Acceptance. This associates with acceptance. So acceptance, in a simple terms, you can think slowly. Things are like small things. But then, if you as you go deeper, then you can associate, or you can link with more deeper meanings. But you can simple things, as I was mentioning before about your weight, your size, your wealth, your family, your everything, by acceptance. And because we all know, for example, we all know that we will die. There is not a question that if we die, or this is not an if question. It's a very whoever is born will die. There is no if we die, or if maybe we'll die. It is not a question. We will all die for sure. But then we are all forgetting that part, and then we plan like we live for thousands of years. So by accepting these things, then everything will make more sense. You will be more relaxed. You will be more happier. You will be more content. You will be more. Your mind will be more calm, basically. So through these practices, then, and our practice is the best gift that we can give it to our masters. No amount. For example, as being a son or being a student, I want to buy gifts to my masters. I literally, I mean, I have no idea what to get to my masters, because they are beyond the worldly things. The only thing I can think of is socks. Sometimes I buy socks, or sometimes I get belt. And that too also, so that I can get it back and make it into pieces, and then keep it in and give it to our different students. Other than that, there's literally nothing, because this is also a teach for me. It's a learning moment for me, because what do I give it to somebody who doesn't need anything, who doesn't want anything? What do I do? I mean, we think that people, if let's say somebody living on the street, or we live in the house building, or air conditioned, or everything is so nice, or we are so great, or these poor people living on the. If he doesn't want to live, what if that person doesn't want to? Like, so, for example, these, for example, Viropa. He didn't want. If somebody doesn't want things, then what makes it desirable? As long as it is not desirable, and then it's not worth. There's no worth. The more desire it is, the more the precious it becomes. If there is no, is not precious. How you measure preciousness, or this is how much you want those things, right? So I literally have no idea what to get sometimes. Then I start to offer the countries. I start because it's like it's basically similar to mandala offering. Mandala offering is the universe. When each time when you offer these is the text, the stupa, what it means is that basically you are offering your body, speech, and mind. You're not just giving a text. You're not just offering a bowl with some dots on it. Basically, that symbolizes the universe. The teaching is so precious. The teaching is so precious beyond that you are offering the whole universe to receive these teachings. So that's what it means actually. It's not just a text, and you may think, oh, this same thing, everybody is offering the same thing, going round and round, and what does that mean? But basically, what symbolizes is that you are offering your whole body, speech, and mind, and to receive those teachings, because that's how much you, and also this is considered as the purest form of offering, because it's all imaginary. There's no attachment. If I offer something from my own wealth, like for example money or gold or whatever it is, there's certain, no matter how much it is, but there's certain attachment would be there. Oh, I have offered so much money, or I have offered this wealth, or this whatever it is. There's certain attachment will be with this, associated with that. So it's not considered as pure offering. But when it comes to mandala offering, you're offering the whole universe. And basically, it's like you are offering the house that you saw in your dream. I'm offering that house that I saw in my last night dream. I saw a house, and I'm offering that. Now, since there's no attachment to this house, but that's it. That's why it's considered as the purest form of offering. That's why we do this offering every time. So similarly, nowadays what I do is, if I go to a different new country or something beautiful that I see, or I start to offer those things. I have offered many countries. Because that I can do, because since it's imaginary, but for me it's real. For me, I offer them as it is, because as long as there's no attachment to those things, I can offer them as pure as possible. So these kind of practices, it will help you. It helps me a lot. For me, my well-being. If I talk about worldly terms, the closest thing I can share with you is, for example, when your children, when parents see their children happy, that is far more you get happiness than you yourself getting anything. You want your children to be happy, because they are the most precious thing in our lives. So when they get success, or then when they get whatever achievement they achieve, you feel happy, because that is it's more meaning to you, it's more satisfactory to you than anything else in this world. So similarly, when you when we I'm sure, like million times sure, that our masters love us as much as a parent loves their child. And there's it's not because you are rich, not because you look handsome, or not because you live in a better country. It has nothing. Your child could be mad. Your child could be ugliest person in this world. Your child could be the poorest of the poorest. Your child could be anything, but a parent would see their child as the most precious, no matter what conditions. Similarly, your masters see you as just see every one of us as a mother or as a father looks at their own child. So this is important to keep in our mind. So when you have that, then it'll be easier for you to receive teachings. It'll be easier for you to learn or take the advice or take the blessing. So until that happens, it'll be more difficult for you to receive teachings. I mean, you could be sitting on the same hall, you could be sitting in an initiation, but how much you receive is totally individual. Totally depend on your motivation, totally depend on your faith, totally depend on how much you are willing to receive. Right? It does not matter whether you are at the same temple, same teaching, same master, same everything, But what you receive and how much you receive is totally depend on individuals, from the student. That's why having faith, having understanding these things, then one will have a much more better life, one for meaningful life, and more happier. Happy is not really a good term that I really like to use, because we all think that we want happy. But happiness has no, happiness could be anything. It could be anything. Today my happiness could be, I want to eat an ice cream. Tomorrow happiness could be, I want to go to some place. The day after tomorrow my happiness, that happiness is very subjective. Happiness is not, that's why happiness is not really a real thing. But the true happiness is basically when you see, that's why we say the true happiness is when you are at peace. That is the true happiness. And the only way to achieve the peace is by getting seeing the true nature of everything, or by getting rid of your selfish thoughts. There is no other way to see, to achieve the true peace. So basically, this is how I practice, and I hope that you have gained something from them. I don't normally consider myself as a teacher. I don't teach. From my side, I don't feel I'm teaching. I don't teach. I am giving these initiations because I have received from great masters. I have from Buddhas themselves. I have received from the Buddha themselves. So I'm just sharing. I'm the postmaster. You can say I'm the postman. I'm just giving you, or I'm the bank manager who's giving you your money or whatever it is. It's nothing to do with me. But whatever I have received, I have full 100% faith in my masters and these teachings. So I just share my experience and share what I have to understand and share what I believe in. And it's totally up to you, up to your individuals, what you do with that. You received as an advice, as a teaching, as some just conversation. That's totally up to individual, and totally up to your own personal beliefs. And also, I am very happy that I could be in this temple. It's such a beautiful temple, and I haven't been to Australia for now about 16 or 15 years. And since we started our Vajakilaya Puja this year, Vajakilaya Puja is one of my personal practices, and also one of my, we have been establishing Vajakilaya Puja all over the world, and I try to do as much as possible myself, and also I try to spread the teachings of Vajakilaya as much as possible. So starting this year, and I hope that I could come back here every year to perform these pujas and to be with you. And I wish you all the best, and may the Buddha, the blessings of our masters be with you. And through the power of this dedication prayer, through the power of all our merits, the most our Guru, Dalai Lama, and also our root Guru, His Holiness the 41st, 42nd, and all the masters, may they live long, may their activities flourish, and all the sentient beings find their peace. So we will be praying for them. Thank you very much.
Kajin Jimbo Jabezide bardu dengurji Jime mije zongwen gurkang Na jime zejin lamo jindumai Jime zela wangwen zonan Ki jime zeyin godrum zalduzon Rigzun beme dögelalan Ne genze nödür azon yimoce Sadolun do beza genze Ne dujali jingondu dadenzo Lawan gyudulare gungi Don drogun gadze dekjen dong aglam Bende baldu barwe drinle Chen zambe wangi gyalpo jabdenzo Nam dai dream den zergi zaji La dozang gomberin jendu manzeg Jedzo zondan jedem bangrin Ge yam joril wang lum borun den jugzon Yalwan yimban jedzung gongman Nge gyalden jidun yengyur zemaji Yalwe lamzang zamor lobje Nam yalwa jijin dunze jamden zon Bunzo gyalzin dungin daji Bal balden zage joze balwane Ne jon zamlin zeben gendun Jon joje zanzum dorje dardenzo Le melama jozum doje Dan yedam denzun gyanzun dudom dan Janizamu görmedimbe Tucidar zolvin döndüm görücü Bunzo zeyi zicim bame Gun bunzo zecin lamonam gelman Bunzo ladan drubarikzin Yim bunzo damban dambing undrumzo Mawan wanjun dembezawan Gyurge gungunge lojo gungenje Seji namjen son gun yam chi jam gun de ben ye ma jam den zo da le jen jam ma don yem ben jun jen zun jam ba yang dang gom bo ye jom me galwe nan dang nang men le yer me ma we zeng ye jam den zo lab zun dri me gem be ja jen zon dro we gyam gon do je ze jen dam be ze ge ne dom de zi ten dom jen wang jo zo de jam den zo jam gon drum rig ze ye ji xing ze zhe ji lam yin ge ji gyao da bla wang yun no be me dong go loi gun yu deng ya zo da ni jam den zo je zi zi jin ze ye go yer la nga wa rin jin den ye ga lo yer la ma dor je zung me jo den gi da jing e zen yun de mar gyur je dro la ji me jo jin ze yi la ma jan zon dru bring ya zo yi ji li mo dru ze ba me be deng yu me dag ba dam be ji ba zo dro lai gun ye ba je rin je son jin de rig zon gen zen nu bengar kon dun dreame ngod za drube ku dor jin zim ben zo gen jab den zo jin ye je ja do ju ge ben tse ji je ne lo ngong yu drum ben bu dro gam je zin de gen nam ben pa de be zo jin jin bo jam den zo zi jin yam zi jam gun zi wan chen den ge je ja gun yen ban den da tu dom da ni gun dun rim jan yi gyal zam dam ba gal gyar jam den zo de da lang zam da be zo dam dun jen ye den du jo zum la ma le den zin dru ben jo den yel me ki jab den jin le ba wing leng zo kon jo rin jin zum ye jin lam dan kar jong ga wen du dang nu ba ye yal wen den zin jam yang yam zin song Long Kudzering Jin Drin Ling Yin Yuruji Lao Mai Gugam Zang La Zolwan Nem John de Gudze Ring La Zolwan Dem Chin Le Darjing Ye La Zolwan Dem Lama Jalwa Me Barajing Ye Lon Kudzeri Wo Jin De Dem Ban Dang Den Zen Ye Da Jin De Zalwa Dang Yen Dra Nam Ga Da Wu Gyaban Yi Da Je De Gyam Den De